Today, we are going to start by diving into the fundamental aspects of Python. So, as part of today's session, we'll take a look at what is Python is all about, what is Python programming language is all about, and why it is chosen by developers, and what you can do with Python, and what are the factors that contribute to its widespread popularity. Okay. Let's jump right in. Let's kick off our session with the first topic. What is Python? Okay, that is what I started a while back. Anyway, sorry about that voice problem. Okay, and so Python is free and open source. It's a high-level programming language, and also it is a multi-purpose programming language. It is a multi-purpose programming language. Okay, so that is also the reason why most of them they refer Python as a Swiss Army knife of the programming language. So what is Swiss Army knife? You can see the knife here. Right? So here you can see the knife is here. The knife with different shapes. Okay, and this is so sharp, and using this you can open the um, bottle which is sealed with cork. A wine bottle, you can open the wine bottle with this wine, and you can cut vegetables, right? So it's a multi-purpose knife. Okay, so it's a Swiss Army knife. That's the reason most of them they refer Python as a Swiss Army knife of programming languages. So as we can do almost anything. Okay, this programming language was developed by a gentleman called Guido van Rossum in the late 1980s. He's the one instrumental in developing this programming language. He developed this one as a hobby. Okay. What has been developed as a hobby, now it became a mainstream programming language in almost all the production system and enterprises. So Python is an interpreter-based programming language. What is interpreter-based programming? I guess you must be knowing what is compiler, right? Compiler-based programming language. And I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with programming language like C or Java. In the case of Java or C, you need to first compile your program. Let's say I've written a program. In that case, you need to first compile it and then only you can run it. You can execute it. Okay. But in Python, there is no need to compile it. Internally, what happens is the source code is converted into intermediate form called bytecode. See, this is the one. So behind the scene, this is what is happening. This is your source code. This is your source code, and it gets converted as a bytecode. Bytecode is something like a machine readable code. Okay, it's all zeros and ones. Okay, the source code is converted intermediate form code. So here your interpreter will come into picture. Okay, and bytecode. So all you need to do is just run your Python code without worrying about linking to libraries and a few other things. Okay, by interpreted, we mean the source code is executed line by line. Okay, line by line, your source code is executed. Whereas in the case of compiler-based programming languages, it will execute the entire source code in one go. Whereas in the interpreter, it will execute the source code line by line. In the case of Python, you don't have to compile your program. Okay. So how about others? My voice is not audible again. No, it should be, I could see the settings are correct. And also the Python, it supports procedural, object-oriented and functional programming languages. Okay. What do you mean by procedural languages? Can someone tell me what are the procedural languages? Though I could see few of you are developers here. Yes, you are correct. You're correct, Sai Sudha. Yeah, Deepika. Okay, COBOL, Basic, C language, and Pascal. These are called procedural languages. Okay, and the next one is the object-oriented. So object-oriented, the example for object-oriented is C language and what is that? The Java, right? Java is object-oriented, and C++ is also object-oriented. And functional programming. Functional programming is also gained a lot of popularity. So with functional programming, you don't have to write lines and lines of code. Okay. So anyhow, we will take a look at the functional programming, and then if time permits, we'll continue with the object oriented also in the later sessions. Obviously, I'll have to cover object unit also. And also Python is portable and extensible. Okay. So what do you mean by portable and extensible? When it comes to Python, all you need to do is write your program once. Once you have written your script, you can run it anywhere. In the sense, you can, let's say you have written a Python code for your Windows machine. Now you want to run it on a Mac operating system, or you want to run the same your Python program in Linux system. Okay, you don't need to make any changes to your Python script. Simply, you need to take your Python code and then run it on any machine. This is what called as portable. So this feature makes Python a portable language. You can port it to any operating system. Once you write it in a specific operating system and you can port it, you can simply copy paste in any other operating system, still it will work. But again, right, so you must avoid any system dependent features, right? That we will probably discuss it later, okay? Python can be integrated with other programming languages like C, C++, Java, ActiveX, and Corba. And also it offers something like dynamic typing. Python is dynamically typed. So what do you mean by dynamic typing? This means that you don't need to declare the type of variable while writing the code like your Java and C language. In the case of Java and C language, you need to first declare the variable, and then only you need to assign a value to a variable. When it comes to Python, you don't need to declare the type of a variable. Type of the variable is whether it's integer or string. You don't have to declare it upfront. Okay. So all you need to do just assign the value to a variable. Okay. So it doesn't know about the type of the variable until the code is run. Until the code is run, it doesn't know about the data type of the variable. Okay. So declaration is of no use in this case. Okay. Next one is the extensibility, right? Yeah, I mentioned about the extensible here. What do you mean by extensible? It refers to its capacity to integrate seamlessly with code written in other languages also. So why should I integrate other Python with other languages like C or C++ and all? You know very well, the C or the C++ programming languages are pretty faster. If you run it, the performance pretty faster. Let's say you are working on a performance critical application and you have implemented the core functionality in Python, but some specific tasks, you need the computational speed. The speed should be pretty faster, okay? In that case, you can use C or C++, right? You can use C++. You can write the program in C++ and you can, integrate it with Python. Okay. Yeah, there is something called C Python extension. With that, you can extend. So, you are taking advantage of Python's ability to improve your performance. See, I will show you some packages, that has been written in C++, but that you can use that in your Python. With that, the performance is super fast. Okay. Anyhow, when I start talk about the data analytics, right? That time I will show you that. Okay, I'll have one case study. I will demonstrate you how to do the data exploration with a specific data set. That time I'll be demonstrating a couple of packages. Okay, all the packages are the open source, all free. You don't have to pay any single penny. Okay. Okay, now the question is, what are the things that I can do with it with Python? You can create your desktop application. For example, you want to develop a billing software, you can develop it with Python. And also, if you want to develop any mobile application, that is also possible. If you want to develop any mobile application, that is also possible. And if you wanted to develop any desktop application or gaming software, you want to develop a gaming software, if you wanted to Even if you want to write a program which can be embedded into your robot, that is also possible. Even for robot, right? To even you can write a program uh, for your robot also using Python. So and then the interesting part is with the advanced machine learning, deep learning. Second, what is wrong here? Just give me a second. I think there is a problem.